Hello, Jamaicans.com. This is another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt. And as you come into this live, I want you to tell me your name and where you're connecting from. I'm broadcasting from the beautiful city of Kingston, Jamaica. And my video is freezing. Okay, it's not freeze now. And I have so many things to talk about, but I have chosen to speak about this important issue that I think is being swept under the rug, and it keeps coming up, and if we don't address it, problems or worries in Jamaica. So if you read my caption, you would have seen the topic, but I don't want to jump straight into the topic. I want you guys to come in and tell me where you're connecting from. And yeah, if this is the first time you're listening to Reason or watching Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, let me know your name as well. All right, so today we are going to be talking about a story that developed just yesterday, following the issuance of a letter from attorney at law Peter Champagny to the Mona Law Society. I think it's a student group on the University of the West Indies Mona campus, mostly of law students. Well, I think it's only law students. They are hosting a pageant slash they usually have like a law society week, or yeah, so within that week they have a series of activities, and one such activity is their Mr. and Miss Law competition. All right, so some of the contestants. Hi Beverly. Oh, move. 112 Junior, I don't know what 112 is, an area code. That sounds like an emergency number. Anyway, so the students in the pageant, they were tasked with they were given a particular task, and that was to represent the theme of the pageant, which is embracing our culture. So they were expected to create they were expected to put together a photo shoot, take photos representing our culture. There were some students who were assigned dancehall, right? They were asked to represent dancehall culture, and they did. The photos, as with every year, are published on the social media pages of the student group. And when the photos went up, the comments came down, literally. So one of the persons who took issue with the photos, and I'm going to show you the photos pretty soon. One of the first persons who took issue with the photos is attorney at law Peter Champagny. So he sent a letter. He was expected to make a presentation at their expo, because remember, I'm telling you that they have a series of activities planned. He has since withdrawn from that commitment, because he believes, and I can also share with you the letter. He believes that the photos representing dancehall culture is disgraceful and irreprehensible. Now tell me, I want you to take a look at the photos. I'm going to show you them. Alright, so I switch it over to my phone. Okay, so this is one of the photos, right? And it's a screenshot of the Mona Law Society Instagram page. They have since removed these photos based on the backlash that they were receiving. This is one of the photo, right? Let me show you another one. Here's another one, right? Here's another one of the photo. So these are university students who entered the Mr. and Mrs. Law competition, and they were asked to participate in a photo shoot with the theme embracing our culture, right? So there are other photos there showing different aspects of Jamaican culture, but these girls were asked to represent dancehall culture, and that's what they did to represent dancehall culture. You just saw the photo. If you haven't seen the photos, I can show it to you. I want you to tell me something. Do you find an issue with the photos I just, given the context that I just explained to you? Have you found an issue with the photo? I really want to hear your comments, and I can show you the photos once more. If you're just joining the live, this is another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, and we're really going to reason today. And I'm talking about the backlash that some UWI law students, women, young ladies, are receiving for participating in an aspect of the Mr. and Miss Law competition, which requires that they participate in a photo shoot representing dancehall culture, right? So let me just show you the photos once more, right? This is one of the young lady. This is one of the photos that was published on the Mona Law Society Instagram page. Here's another one, right? This is them representing dancehall culture. So I want you to see it clearly. Since the publication of these photos, there has been huge backlash. One of the persons, attorney at law Peter Champagne, who was supposed to participate in the expo during the Law Society week of activities, have since withdrawn from it because he says the photos are disgraceful. What are your views? Juna says nothing wrong with them, it is art. I agree with you, Juna. I was going to hold my comment, but it boils my soul when it boils my soul. But I want to hear what you have to say before I get into it. Juna says it's contemporary art. As a matter of fact, it is fitting the theme. The theme of the photo shoot is embracing our culture. And hey, it's still reggae month. I'm just going to share with you an aspect of the letter that he sent to the president of the Mona Law Society, Miss Samantha Grant. And the Mona Law Society, for those of you who are not so familiar, it's actually it's a student group within the Faculty of Law at the University of the West Indies, Mona. So according to Mr. Champagne, he says, okay, so let me just read a section of the letter. My withdrawal, and this is his withdrawal from the expo. My withdrawal is based on my very recent discovery of your society's social media platform, Instagram at Mona Law Society, on which there are postings of pictures of females noted as law faculty students displaying in the most vulgar, disgraceful, and reprehensible manner. Whereas such pictures may not offend the sensibilities of some persons, I have not yet, nor will I ever evolve to that level of acceptance. So hear me now. Based on what I just read a while ago, he is saying that regardless of the other people who may find it appropriate to represent dancehall culture how it is, right, in its truest sense, I will not accept that. Well, you know, this is to me, I think it's very hypocritical, because let it be known that Peter Champagne is one of the most notable lawyers in Jamaica, representing so many dancehall artists. So me wanna know. I have many questions for him. I have many questions for attorney at law Peter Champagne. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Beverly says, I don't think there's anything wrong with them. Them still got on clothes. That's what me think too. Christopher Bird says, this is what happens when when all people grow some of them. Hi Nadine. Christopher, you have a point. But here's my challenge. It's even beyond that, Chris. I think it is now an issue of classism being manifested in our celebration of authentic Jamaican culture. And imagine, this is reggae month. You understand? Dancehall is a subset of reggae, and it is commendable that the Mona Law Society decided to use that theme for their Mr. and Miss Law. I mean, they've had so many other themes, you understand? But fittingly, as we celebrate Reggae Month, they have told the students, look here, this year we are going to represent our culture. So put your stuff together, put your pieces, put together your creative concept, and let us represent the culture and do a photo shoot, put it out there in the public. You know, you're going to be ambassadors for this society. And look at the backlash that they have received. Well, Peter Champagne is actually one of the few lawyers who took issue with the photos, right? There were other lawyers, and including the lawyer representing Sean Storm, attorney at law Bert Samuels, who said on Twitter, look here, it don't matter. It don't matter. Nothing is wrong with the photos. Nothing is wrong with their representation of dancehall, and he needs to just cool himself. Valerie Nita has also said, look here, this is a dancehall competition. What is the issue? I think the issue is we have an unaddressed classism divide, or a classist divide in Jamaica, which is manifested in our celebration of our culture. So it begs the question, when is dancehall ever appropriate? And if this is not an acceptable representation of Jamaican culture, what is? Toussaint says, I'm just tuning in. Can you fill me in what you're talking about? All right. So for the persons who are just joining the conversation, we are talking about the backlash that some female law students have been receiving following their participation in a photo shoot that was published on the Mona Law Society Instagram page of them embracing or showing their representation of dancehall culture. I can show you the picture for people who have not seen it. I am going to show you, because since the lawyer sent the letter to the president of the Mona Law Society, the photos have been removed. And another question that I have to ask, what is the response that is being offered on the part of the Mona Law Society? Because look here, I think that, hi Rachel, I think that they need to reply. They should reply to that letter. Let me show you the photos. So here are some of the photos, and these are just some of the photos representing the theme, which is embracing our culture. So these photos are the photos of some contestants in the Mr. and Miss Law competition, right? The Jamaica Gleaner published a story on it just today, right? It came out in the Saturday Gleaner. Here's another one, right? Here's another photo. Let me show you the other one. And here's another one. So the students are representing dancehall culture. So just take a look at it and tell me what you think. Is this a representation of our culture? They were asked to represent dancehall culture. Wrong thing. All right. All right, let me show you another one. Here's another one, right? Here's another one. Is another one? Yeah. Here's another one. Yeah. All right. Okay. So there you have it. You've seen the photos. What do you think? Rachel says, nah, that's not representative of Jamaicans. Okay. Why do you believe so, Rachel? Beverly says, him just old school and jealous. Him can't do that same thing. Junior says, American, they embrace our Jamaican dancehall culture more than some Jamaican politicians and upper class society. You see, that is my challenge, you know. That is my challenge, Junior, because we are going to wait until the Chinese, the Japanese, the Americans, even the Europeans, embrace authentic Jamaican culture, whether it be reggae, dancehall, ska, whether it be our language, whether it be our food. We are going to have them commercialize it, bring it overseas, and then we're going to say, hey, that's our culture, that is Jamaican. Or they are how should I say it now, ridiculing, that's not authentic Jamaican. But hey, you met the cat gone out the bag. You have lost your treasures when you do it like that. What is the issue with the photos? I don't see any issue with the photo. And you know what really ticks me off? The fact that Peter Champagne may be one of the few who has since publicly denounced and condemned the publication of those photos representing Jamaican culture, right? But that is the fact that he was confident enough to make it known that he condemns them. It shows that there are still many Jamaicans who are just not comfortable with dancehall. Dancehall, which is a representation of Jamaica and originating from Jamaica, right? It's not getting the acceptance that it truly deserves. And I think it's sad. You know why it's sad? The only time it does get the acceptance is when the same politicians, or and I'm speaking in general terms, but you know there are always exceptions to the rules, but it's the only time they do get that representation is when them a bill a vibe in a them political campaign. And I think it is rubbish. It is rubbish, and it is discouraging and disheartening to know that they could use such a public platform to denounce the same culture that people overseas making millions from, hosting the largest stage shows, putting on movies and TV series representing our culture and making millions from it. And we right here in this island is taking big issue with some group of students who have recognized the hypocrisy and say, you know what, let me put on some clothes and show you what dancehall culture is like. You know something? Let us chronicle street dance in Jamaica. Let us show them what it looked like when we have selectors spinning some music. You understand? Let us show them what it means to be Jamaican. And there is something that is unacceptable about that. I have a big issue with that. Rachel says, well, it does represent dancehall. Yes, Rachel, I do agree. And that is exactly what those students were asked to do, to represent dancehall. But according to the same lawyer who represents many dancehall artists, it is unacceptable for him. I'm out of breath because it ticks me off so much. Patricia says, I am a Jamaican living in the USA, and everywhere you go, white and black embrace our dancehall and reggae culture. Exactly, Patricia. And you know something? There are so many people who have been complaining. All right, some people say that they're lost. I'm just going to let you guys know what we're talking about. There are so many people complaining that why young people don't know nothing about Jamaican culture. They're just so foreignized and taking on foreign culture. And you see things like this dissuade them from getting to understand who they really are. Because you know what? It's the same classist mentality that is preventing our children from truly understanding what it means to be Jamaican. You understand? Tucson says, Ashley, I think this is just being Jamaican. Some people dress up every day and go out to work, and if you see them at their private parties at night, you would be lost. So it may not be for a certain class of people, but these participants are just being themselves. M.W. White says the upper class people and the position will never oppose that. And the position, okay, MW White, I'm not so sure what you're trying to say, but I really would love to understand it. So if you could just explain what you mean, and I'll definitely share your comments. I think it's a conversation that we need to have. It's still Reggae Month. You understand? We're not even reached the 25th of the month yet, and we are being chastised to represent Jamaican culture. One of the young ladies who has been photographed, you understand, she has published on Twitter that she feels so ashamed, and she wasn't expecting all of this backlash that she's receiving. And people have reached out to her to say, look here, this has no, how should I say it? No, this has no bearing on the quality and the standard and your standard as a lawyer. You understand? You did what you were supposed to do as a contestant, and it's just one grumpy, hypocritical lawyer who is taking issue with the matter. Hi Gregory, as you join the live, I just want to repeat for the persons who are just coming in. So we're talking about the backlash that some law students received recently following the publication of their photos for the Mr. and Miss Law pageant. They were asked to represent dancehall culture. When they published the photos, and when the Student Society published the photos on their Instagram page, one of the speakers for their expo sent a letter to the president stating his withdrawal from the expo because he believes that the photos are disgraceful. The same lawyer represents many Jamaican artists, dancehall artists, in court. Just saying. Rachel says, oh my god, those pics are tamed compared to when some of these dancehall queens hit the stage. Rachel, as a matter of fact, there are some people who are arguing that these photos are tamed compared to Carnival. Let us talk about that. I remember, as I see Gregory on this live, I remember when we were talking about the fact that Reggae Month is not being so, like, it's not so evident, like the celebration is not as potent. I remember Gregory saying that there's a clear culture, there's a clear divide in our celebration of our culture. And look here, Gregory, when I saw this article, because the Gleaner Post published an article, you know, bringing light of the issue. By the way, the Gleaner has been getting a lot of flack for it, and I don't see why. They're saying that some people are arguing that the Gleaner should not have published their photos and all of that, but that's another topic. On the matter of this, when you had mentioned, Gregory, that classes are the culture divide exists, look here, this incident brings forward that argument, right? Rachel said, true, Carnival, they're almost naked. Sometimes, Rachel, I can just say they're naked. And my challenge is this: we have embraced Carnival as part of our culture now, whether we want to deny it or not. So we can come to the I think it's very hypocritical to come to the premise that a representation of authentic dancehall is unacceptable when you have representation of Carnival looking similar. The participants are similarly skimpily clad. Gregory says most of dancehall is not fit for airplay. It is now equated with sex and violence. My thing is this: besides that fact, right, Gregory? Besides that fact, the fact is dancehall originated in Jamaica, and if it is that the students were asked to represent Jamaican culture, specifically dancehall, and then put on some clothes, put together a photo shoot, and publish these photos, I don't think they should have been chastised. You understand? Camille says him don't like himself. Simple. Boy, that's an argument, you know, man. That's an argument, but I'm not going to confirm or deny that because I don't know him personally. You understand? But I think as Jamaicans we have to work on that little hypocritical thing, because it dissuades people from investing more in the culture. Investing more in the culture. It really does. Right? So I won't be here for long, but I really, this was something that was burning on my chest. I wanted to talk about some other stuff, but I think that this is very important that we speak about. It's Reggae Month still. You understand? They're having a beautiful celebration, tributing the life of Dennis Brown this weekend. You understand? They're going to have a big show. I don't remember where it was. I think it's in Ocho Rios tonight with some of the children of reggae legends. So you know, we need to do better, man. We need to do better. Camille says, when we leave our shores, we are the most bad man and from yard. Alright, that's the thing. That's the thing. When we leave our shores, that is the time that we want to represent Jamaica. And I think that is the time when if it is that you're waiting until you leave Jamaica to represent Jamaica, then you're not. Yeah, waganis. I saw me see it. Tucson says, so Ashley, Mr. Champagne only support these artists when they're in problems, but he's not with them in this real world. If these photos are acceptable when there's carnival, look how much of those attorneys are being a part of it, almost nude and whining and gyrating. This should not be a major issue. That is my argument. Because not even carnival or not a sound. If you really follow these lawyers, doctors, politicians, they go to the dances and parties too. You understand? Probably the ones that are all inclusive. You understand? The breakfast party. But I can tell you, they aren't playing gospel music there. They are playing dancehall music. They will play some reggae, but they're playing the dancehall music that Gregory is talking about. So my thing is this: if you have some set of students who are doing this for the culture, allow them. Leave them alone. And I would hope that the Mona Law Society responds to that letter. You understand? I don't know if this was an open letter that has since been circulating on social media, but the letter that Peter sent to the students, but I am hoping that they actually provide a response to his letter. You understand? And in their response, they clearly outline the purpose of that pageant. M.W. White says the upper class people and the politicians will never approve of dancehall at all. When politics time come around, they are keeping the most dancehall party around town just to get votes, and that is not right. If they don't like dancehall, that should not be making dance just to try to motivate people to vote for them. Yeah, the hypocrisy is real. It's real, it's potent, and it is affecting our celebration and our preservation of Jamaican culture. Them something here right me, because I am a patriotic Jamaican. I don't think I'll ever feel comfortable living anywhere else rather than Jamaica. I love my country, I love the culture, I love the people. I like the fact that we are passionate people. You understand? And I just believe that if we continue to encourage classist perception and perspectives to taint our celebration and our preservation of our culture, then I don't know what Jamaica will look like probably in 10-15 years. It's so many things to think about. You understand? Classism is not limited to the corporate society or the schools, and even in politics. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, and unfortunately it is being meted out, or it is being manifested in our celebration of our culture. So many things to think about, but I really appreciate your participation in my live today. I look forward to you. Hi Carvel, thank you for tuning in live. I look forward to your comments. So if you are watching this live after it has ended, please feel free to post your comments. If it is that you are having an event to represent our culture, celebrate Jamaican culture this month, please feel free to put the name of the event in the comment section. And if you have a business that is authentically Jamaican, or even if it's not a Jamaican business but you are a Jamaican who has a business, put the name of the business in the comment section and I'll definitely be in touch with you. So check your inboxes. Madeline says, it's amazing. I live in Canada and everyone, whether Jamaican or not, everyone love our culture. There you go. There you go. I think you need to tell Peter Champagne that, Madeline. He needs to get with it. Exactly. All right, Georgia, hi. I'm actually wrapping up my live now. Thank you so much for watching and for participating. You can follow me. I'm on Facebook at Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, and I'm also on Instagram at A_Mowatt. I'm on Twitter at A_Mowatt. I'm even on YouTube. My YouTube is not so active, but you can go ahead and follow me and talk to me, interact, connect with me. I'm here to talk to you. So this was another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt. Thank you so much for watching and continue to support Jamaicans.com. Take care.